Hey everyone! Today we're diving deep into rifaximin and why so many people get stuck in this endless cycle of taking it over and over again. More importantly, I'm going to show you what's actually going on and how to break free from needing it. Before we jump in, if you're new here, my name is Marina. I'm a holistic dietitian with over 14 years of experience working with people who have IBS, SIBO, and chronic digestive issues. Forget that they've never had those problems to begin with. I've guided hundreds of patients through this process, and I've seen what actually works when it comes to getting off of medications and getting your life back. If you think you may have SIBO, rifaximin might not be news to you. Your doctor might have prescribed it, or you might have asked them for it. And whether you took it for 2 weeks or 4 weeks, you might have noticed it helped a little bit, and some people noticed that it helped a lot. I just talked to Michelle last week. We started working together towards the beginning of the year, and she said to me that she had to be on rifaximin many times a year in order to just get by, which means it didn't make her feel great, but it made her feel good enough to do the normal things that she needed to do in her life. She came to me scared that what would happen if my body doesn't respond to this at some point down the road. She needed a backup plan. She was desperate. Thing is, it really didn't take much to help her feel better, and she hasn't needed the rifaximin the entire time we've been working together, and she's feeling better now than she ever did before. She's able to eat a lot more foods, and her happiness came back into her life. She's planning dancing dates with her husband. She's going out to eat with her good friends. They're going on double and triple dates because her gassiness is not embarrassing her anymore. And she's able to still feel great while doing this all, being confident that she doesn't need the rifaximin because she is feeling so much better and she's having healthy, comfortable bowel movements every day. Some of you have been doing this for years, spending hundreds or thousands of dollars, and you're right back where you started every single time. Here's what's happening. The rifaximin kills bacteria in your small intestine. And yes, those bacteria were causing problems, but the antibiotic never addressed why those bacteria were able to overgrow there in the first place. It's like mopping up water from a leak without ever fixing the pipe. The root cause isn't just one thing. I hear this over and over again. Well, we have to find the root cause so that we can feel better. Now, it really doesn't have to be that challenging. Here's a little tidbit. The root cause is not just one thing. It never really is. And the other thing is, if you go about finding the root cause with a skilled practitioner, they'll be able to pick it out in a matter of minutes, whether for you, it might take your whole lifetime. Now, here's what makes this so confusing for most people. The root cause of your bacterial overgrowth, if you have one, isn't just one thing. It's usually a combination of multiple factors all working together to create the perfect environment for bacteria to thrive where they shouldn't. The thing is, your small intestine is supposed to practically be sterile. There's hardly any bacteria in it in relation to your colon, which is where we have our healthy microbiome. Now, maybe your migrating motor complex isn't working and your stomach acid is low, and you have what we call mitochondrial dysfunction, and you're under chronic stress. All these things together could have created your SIBO. That's why trying to figure out this on your own could feel completely impossible. You might read articles online, try one thing at a time, like digestive enzymes or HCl or probiotics, and nothing really works. You have no idea which issue to tackle first or how they even fit all together, and it's overwhelming. But here's the thing. When you work with someone who's done this hundreds of times before, it becomes a cinch because they can look at your whole picture, identify which factors are at play for you specifically, and know exactly what order to address them. What feels impossible alone becomes straightforward with the right guidance. Let me tell you about the biggest thing that people miss. The thing that hardly anyone talks about is often the root cause of the root cause. Mitochondrial dysfunction, or basically if your cells are asleep. So your mitochondria are the power plants of your cells. Every single cell in your body needs energy to work, and your mitochondria make that energy. When your mitochondria aren't working properly, nothing in your body works the way it should. And here's what most people don't realize. Your gut requires a massive amount of energy. Your intestinal cells are some of the most metabolically active cells in your entire body. They're consistently regenerating. They're running your immune system, they're producing enzymes, and maintaining a barrier that keeps bacteria where they belong. When your cells are not working properly, they don't have the energy to do their jobs. Your gut lining can't repair itself properly. Your immune system can't keep bacteria in check. Your muscles can't move food through efficiently, and everything starts to break down. This is why some people try all the SIBO protocols and nothing sticks. They're treating the bacteria, but their cells don't have the energy to maintain a healthy gut environment. Years ago, it even took me a long time to get people to go into remission with SIBO and stay there. But now that we have so much more information, it's a lot easier, it's a lot more efficient, and we know with confidence that you're going to stay feeling good. Now, why would your cells not be able to make enough energy? Chronic stress, we know that one, toxins, and it doesn't have to be environmental toxins, because things inside of your body, if you have extra bacteria or fungi, they will create their own toxins. So now you have toxins coming from the inside and the outside. Nutrient deficiencies, infections, lack of sleep, all the things that are probably already part of your life if you have chronic digestive issues. Let's talk about your migrating motor complex, or MMC. If you've been researching SIBO, you've probably heard of this before. It's a wave of electrical activity that sweeps through your small intestine between meals. Sometimes you might notice the gurgling noise that it makes. Its job is to push bacteria, undigested food, and other debris into your large intestine where they belong. Think of it like a street sweeper that comes through and cleans everything out. When your MMC isn't working, bacteria just sit there in your small intestines. Food sits there. Everything ferments. Bacteria multiply, and you get all those SIBO symptoms: the bloating, the gas, the pain. It's almost as if you went on vacation and you forgot to take out your kitchen garbage. By the time you get back, you're going to have a big stinky mess. What stops your migrating motor complex from working? Constant snacking. Stress that puts you in fight or flight mode. Damage from food poisoning. And yes, cell or mitochondrial dysfunction. Your gut muscles need energy to create those waves, and if they don't have it, the migrating motor complex slows down or even stops. Your stomach acid is your first line of defense, and so if you have low stomach acid, then the bacteria is going to come into your small intestines when they're not supposed to. It's kind of like the sanitizing cycle. Your stomach is to clean and sanitize everything before it moves on to the next stage. A lot of people have low stomach acid, mainly from stress, sometimes from aging, and many times from medications like PPIs or from nutrient deficiencies. When your stomach acid is low, bacteria that should be killed pass right through, and that's one entry point for the SIBO. The other entry point is from below. Your ileocecal valve sits between your small intestines and the large intestines. Think of it like a little hatch door. It's supposed to be a one-way door. Things go from the small intestine to the large intestine, but nothing can come back. Kind of like a subway turnstile, right? You can go through, but you can't come back. When that valve isn't closing properly, bacteria from your large intestine can back up into the small intestine, and your large intestine has trillions of bacteria. This is where your microbiome is. When they get into your small intestines where they don't belong, that's how we see SIBO. What makes the valve dysfunction? Inflammation, food sensitivities, stress, and underlying cellular dysfunction that prevents the muscles from working properly. Now let's talk about stress, because this is huge. When you're stressed, your body goes into fight or flight mode, blood flow gets diverted away from your digestive system into your muscles. Your digestion literally shuts down. For people with chronic stress, and if you have chronic health issues, then yes, you have chronic stress, your digestion is compromised all the time. Food moves slowly, your stomach acid production drops, enzymes aren't secreted properly, and your gut lining gets damaged. Plus, stress directly damages your mitochondria. It creates inflammation. It disrupts your gut bacteria even without SIBO. It keeps your nervous system in overdrive, which prevents all your digestive organs from working the way they should. You cannot heal your gut while your nervous system is stuck in survival mode. It's not possible. Your body will not allocate resources to healing when it thinks you're running away from something dangerous. Next part is your gut lining damage. When all these issues are combined, low cellular energy, slow motility, bacterial overgrowth, chronic stress, your lining takes a beating. It becomes inflamed and damaged. A damaged gut lining cannot absorb nutrients properly, which makes your mitochondrial dysfunction worse. It can't keep bacteria where they belong. It triggers immune reactions that create more inflammation, and the whole system spirals. Healing your gut lining requires addressing all the factors that damaged it in the first place. You can't just take some L-glutamine or colostrum and expect it to heal itself if it's stressed. You still have an infection and your cells don't have energy. Here's why trying to figure this out yourself feels impossible. You've got all these things that we just mentioned, and which one do you address first? How do you even know which ones apply to you? What if you focus on the wrong thing for 6 months and nothing changes? This is where working with someone who's guided hundreds of people through this process changes everything. They can look at your symptoms, history, lab work, and immediately identify which factors are the main drivers for you. They'll know what order to address things in, they'll know what works and what's a waste of time. What feels like an impossible puzzle when you're alone becomes a clear roadmap when you have someone who's solved this puzzle hundreds of times before. Suddenly, it's not overwhelming anymore. It's just step by step, addressing each piece systematically until your body can maintain balance on its own. When these systems work the way they should, bacteria can't overgrow. You don't need antibiotics anymore because your body maintains the right environment on its own. My patients who've been stuck on rifaximin for years are able to stop taking it, and their symptoms don't come back because we actually fixed what was broken. IBS is completely reversible. It's a syndrome, it's not a life sentence, and if somebody tells you that there's no cure for it, it's just because they don't know about it. If you're ready to break the antibiotic cycle and address the real root causes, reach out. This is absolutely solvable. You just need someone who knows how to put all the pieces together. If you want to learn more about what conventional medicine isn't telling you about IBS treatment, make sure to watch my video, IBS Treatment Secrets Your Doctor Isn't Telling You. I'll link it in the description below. You're going to learn things that will completely change the way you think about your gut health. Thanks for watching. I'll see you at the next one.